welcome to today's video. And in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to contract your lats using one particular exercise. One exercise that is great if you're somebody that really struggles to get engagement through your back and you want to build a bigger, more muscular, more toned back. Then this exercise is really good for helping you. Oh, thanks, darling. This exercise is really good for helping you get better engagement when trying to do rowing movements. A lot of people get rowing movements really wrong. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to set up in a landmine row position. Okay, so using a landmine, I've got mine wedged into the corner, and we're going to do a single arm row. Now the good thing about this is when you do this landmine row like this, is that actually because of the way that the bar is in a fixed position and the range of motion that it goes in, the kind of arching motion, it forces you into the perfect position to get a good squeeze and contraction through your lats when doing a row movement. Sing then. Cheese. It's not a picture. Draw something for Daddy. So the first thing you want to do when doing this movement is you want to work on setting your lats in the right position. So you're going to grab hold of the end of the bar, okay? Grabbing hold of the end of the bar, because when you pull back, the bar stays in that perfect arching range of motion. When you're doing a rowing movement, you want to drive your shoulder down so that your lat engages and bring your elbow back. The problem a lot of people make is they kind of row up here and it's a lot of upper back, their shoulders scrunching up and they're not really engaging the lats whatsoever. So first thing you do is you grab hold of the bar and then you start by setting your lats. So you drive your shoulder down away from your ear and then squeeze your shoulder blade back. Now I'm pulling and isolating all through my back, through the lats. And as you can see, it's in like a fixed range of motion. I can't come up here with it. If I try, it just doesn't feel comfortable and doesn't feel right. Whereas with a dumbbell, it's very easy to get into the wrong position and kind of do it up here. When you're doing it with a dumbbell, you want to set yourself in that same position, drive your shoulder down away from your ear to engage your lat, squeeze your shoulder blade back, and then row from there. And that's all through my lats and my back. But for beginners, a lot of the time it could be easier to try and use something like a T-bar position to help you get set up and get into the right range of motion and be able to feel it a lot more through your lats. Now the reason I wanted to show you guys that was because quite a few people in my Instagram reel that I put out the other day doing the T-bar row variation were asking for a bit more of a breakdown of how you do that exercise. So I thought I'd break it down for you guys on YouTube. Now, head inside, I've just done some squats as well. So today wasn't actually a back training day for me, that was actually yesterday. But I thought I'd break down that exercise in this video. But I've just finished a round of squats. That's all I'm doing tonight is just squat, and just worked up to the heaviest weight that I could for a maximum of 4 repetitions on pause squats. So we got up to 30, 60, 70, 80. So 80 kilos, which trying to improve on, but it was all right. 4 repetitions, pause squats, no bouncing, very controlled, and the legs are going to grow because of this. But gradually adding more and more weight over time, I'm going to build up the squat strength again. But I'm not really that bothered about strength, if I'm honest with you. It's more about not like being as strong as possible. Well, yeah, being as strong as possible, but as in I'm not that bothered about the numbers. It's just being as strong as I possibly can be, as well as maintaining a physique that I'm happy with. So basically, when it comes down to wanting to build muscle, the most important thing to focus on is muscular contraction, exercise technique. When I first started lifting weights, it was just kind of, you're a novice and it's following what other people around you know and what they've been taught and stuff like that. Not always giving the best advice. It's kind of like gym just general gym weight section advice, okay, which isn't always that great. It's like outdated, no science behind it advice, okay, real meathead advice. And I made good progress because when you're a novice to weight training, when you first start, you're going to make good progress if you're consistent with it, because the muscles aren't used to it and there's going to be a lot of adapting to do first of all. However, it wasn't until I realized and started paying more attention to how to contract a muscle, you know, how to feel it squeeze. If you can't sit there and squeeze your chest or squeeze your bicep or squeeze your quads without any weight, just literally squeeze it and contract it, then you're going to find it very difficult to grow that muscle, because essentially what you're trying to do when you're weight training and building muscle is you're trying to contract a muscle under tension. And what you do is you put more and more stress on it, and then that muscle has to grow back stronger, basically. And it wasn't until I started to focus more on muscular contraction and exercise technique that the results of my training really started to come in. So if your goal is to build muscle, then the number one thing you need to be focusing on is not how much weight you're lifting, not progressing in lifting more and more and more weight each time you go into the gym. It's not how many sets, how many repetitions. The first thing you need to focus on is nailing down the technique of exercises, and also nailing how to contract a muscle that you want to grow. If you want to grow your chest, start really focusing on how to contract your chest, and then focusing on how to contract it whilst doing each exercise, how to contract it while doing dumbbell bench press, how to contract it whilst doing push-ups, how to contract it whilst doing pec flies. The same with if you want to grow your quads. How do you contract your quads when you're doing leg extensions or squats or lunges? All of these things, and really focus on that and that quality, and then you will start to see the results come in. Anyway, guys, that is the end of today's vlog, and I will see you guys in the next... Do this every time, guys. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. Is it amazing? Do you think it's amazing? I think it's amazing, but subscribe if you think it's amazing. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.